A father is coming home from a long journey to give his family gifts. He gives his beautiful wife a ring and his son a bottle of water. The child is surprised at how much of a difference in quality his gift is, but the father tells him the bottle is filled with dreams and adventure. The family eats dinner, with the father apologizing for being gone for so long. With his next journey being a long one, the healer in his group changes their mind often, with him not expected to be back home until the beginning of winter. The family lives in a peaceful village, where monsters and humans live together, with them still being in the wild. Long ago, monsters would only be creatures that would attack humans. Luckily, healers came along to soothe the hearts of the monsters, to make them more peaceful, with his son, Yu, having that same ability. Winter came, and his father still hasn't returned home yet. The bottle begins to glow, revealing a blue-haired girl named Merc. Yu goes outside, being frightened by a red cat monster in front of a store. Merc appears, willing to talk to the cat so it can move along. Soon as she does this, he rushes into the store, tired, feeling like he just won a battle. Merc finds it very pathetic. The owner tells him not to gawk and to buy something. The two need to buy some stuff for their trip, with Merc wanting him to buy some shiny jewelry. The shop owner overhears them, shocked by their outburst, with the clerk reminding them that there's a ton of unhealed monsters, with it being very dangerous going on a trip. You want Merc to save that type of talk for later, but Merc insists they must start their journey today, with their horoscope saying so. With you knowing, she just wants to go because it mentioned about running into a handsome knight, reminding her love between a liquid and a solid never works out. The owner finds the girl to be a little strange, while the clerk guesses she's some type of magical user, with Merc able to heal the hearts of monsters, and you being a total wimp. The clerk gets into her sales mood, recommending a bag that repels monsters away for 5,000 gold, with it being rather expensive. A monster under the fruit pops out, taking the bag away from them, and running out of the store. Yu is about to cry, because a monster just touched him, but Merc leaves to go chase after it. Yu runs out to follow her. Merc wants to chase after it, because it's the money for her sparkles, but also if the monster opens the bag, it could be very bad. The monster jumps off a cliff, into a dead end. The fluffy beast knocks Merc over. Yu manages to catch her, reminding her they don't know what's going to happen if that bottle breaks. The two of them manage to get the stink bag, but outside they hear a loud commotion, with this being Mr. Flambear, looking very mad. The fluff monster knocks some things over, with it being in some trouble. Merc calls for Yu to use his healing magic, and other people hear this and turn to Yu, hoping he's going to save the day. They all cheer for him, with them being frightened, but happy a healer is here. The boy runs off, with him being nervous in a crowd. Two of them find the fluff ball being attacked by an enigma. The unhealed monster runs at Yu, attacking him naturally. Mr. Fluffball runs over to defend the boy, but is knocked away. Yu sees this and grabs it. Merc throws the bag of stink at it, and yelling for the boy to heal the monster quickly. The boy gives a look, ready to try it. Magical energy flows around his body, and he takes the monster to another place where stars are at, healing the creature. Merc congratulates him on a job well done. Mr. Fluffball runs on his head, but the boy is still afraid of monsters. Merc goes back to the shop to explain the situation with the creature and why it took the bag of stink, with using it to keep its unhealed friend away from the city. The shop owner gives them some equipment for their journey, with this being on the house, and the two of them are off on a new job to protect Mr. Jamo's carriage. The next day, the cart gets jammed, causing the boy to push it. Jamo tells them a story about Irekle village, with it improving greatly over the years in technology and cultural advancements. Due to the eldest son's politics, just then, a monster appears, making them all hide in fear. Merc calls for the boy to heal it, but Yu says he can't do it on command. Luckily, a cat beastman, Harshad, being the mayor's oldest son, rescues them, with him being friends with Jamo, and the one they were talking about, with Harshad blushing at the boy. The eldest son gives them a tour of the town, while also mentioning all the success is due to the healers keeping the monsters in check. Meanwhile, a young lady's being lectured about how she needs to be more ladylike. The lady finds the village to be fancy, with Aramu needing the girl to marry off to the eldest son of this village, so he can save their village. Harshad has them given rooms, where we learn that the Merc likes the most dangerous kind of love. As they sign, they see a young girl hiding in the corner, with her also doing the same thing. She's there because she's hiding from her attendant, with the girl being forced to marry a person she doesn't like. Merc tells her to run away, but the girl tells her that if she doesn't do this, this would cause problems for the people of Aramu. Merc is able to convince the girl to run away, and to come back later when she's ready to marry. The girl agrees, and asks you to take her off. The girl agrees and asks you to take her, catching the boy off guard. The girl's attendant, Belnat, is agitated that the prince hasn't sent a welcome gift or come personally to greet the princess. But this is interrupted when he sees the princess leaving her room. Harmut is in his room thinking about where his comrades are, but is told that the princess has been kidnapped. You can't keep up with the girl, making her ask if everyone from the kingdom are so weak. With Merc saying no, Yu is just the exception, being a wimp. The princess feels like they haven't done a proper introduction yet, with her name being Lily Aru Kunu, being the only daughter of Lilito of Aramu. A beastkin asks them if they're being chased, offering to take them back to his place. Belnar is freaking out that he lost the princess, scared she's being attacked. Harshoot is sure that she can take care of herself, but Belnar disagrees, giving his viewpoint on men being the one that do the protecting, saying women should just be content with marrying a strong Dargaran, thinking this will make Lily the most happiest. The prince strongly disagrees, unable to hear this any longer, challenging him to a duel. The two battle, both exchanging words, and agreeing they never liked each other. The duel is a draw, with Harshoot about to reveal something to the man. At the boy's home, the princess starts to think about all that Belnar taught her, finding him to be nice at times, but still not wanting to get married, but saying this isn't how the daughter of a mayor should be talking, calling for herself to be more feminine. The boy can ask her, why does she have to be more feminine, not finding it to be important? The boy tells her a story about his dream, to see these magical fireworks, saying, while he's able to do what he wants here, he sacrificed his own village to do so. But the girl, realizing the weight of her decision, deciding to go back home, with her gifting the boy with a nutshell that might be strong enough for his dream. The sun goes down, making the wilderness that much more dangerous. A wolf monster offers to show them the way back home. Half the group falls into a cavern, but Lily is able to make it back to Belnar, telling him to go save Yu. A monster approaches Yu, forcing him to heal it. The boy Beastkin is able to use his firework magic, allowing them to find them. Lily asks is there a way for their two sides to form an alliance without needing to get married. Seeing that both of them don't want to get married, Steel barges into the room to ask his older sister if he can sell his fireworks off to Jamo. With everyone realizing that Harshoot is a woman, alone, Harshoot and Yu talk about exchanging pleasantries, with Harshoot wanting the boy to call her Harsh as a nickname. Blushing, the next day, a fairy's having a history lesson on a story she's heard many times. Completely bored by her teacher, with her name being Salish, they're trying to run out of her studies, but her mother stops her, reminding her not to run away from their butler's classes. The girl is tired with all her schooling. Flying off, she hits her head, finding herself lost, and seeing a cute sword in a stone, removing it, but she ends up releasing a dark smoke, not wanting to be blamed for whatever that was. She leaves. Yu is still traveling with Mr. Jamo. In the wilderness, everything looks much bigger, with a town of fairies shrinking humans down to their size. Merc is amazed that Jamo can make it to their village without the use of a map, with the merchant knowing the meeting place because he trades honey often. The carriage is stopped by some guards, who are in need of a healer. The queen summons Yu, asking him to go deep into the forest by healing the black dragon. The king that founded their kingdom used the magical sword to lock the fog away. She begs for him to help their country, a spring hill. Yu can't guarantee he'll be able to do it, but he'll try. The queen gives the two of them a magical protection spell. This way the fog won't hurt them. The princess overhears them, contemplating on what she should do, with her ultimately deciding she's going to find the hero and give him the sword so he can deal with this. Meanwhile, Minareya is inside of a tavern, finishing her drinks. The bartender reminds her she gets violent when she starts drinking, asking her not to fight in the bar. The woman says she'll be fine, as long as she doesn't see anyone from the Garandol clan. Yu walks into the bar, but the bartender tells him he doesn't serve any juice here. But Yu only wanted to find information out about the dragon. Outside, a ferryman starts a conversation with the boy, telling him not to be afraid of the place, introducing himself as Peristos, a descendant of the Garandol clan. The man is full with delusional confidence, convinced he's going to be able to defeat the fog and become a hero. Minareya insults him, trying to start a fight, with Yu not impressed by it, and a little annoyed, with the two of them bringing out their weapons, and everyone in the bar gets worried. The shop owner is angered by them, having already warned them before, throwing the two of them out, but the two fairies still want to fight, saying their battle started centuries ago. The princess is flying away from a monster, wanting Yu to come save her, which makes him confused. The other fairies fly her to safety, with Yu having to heal the monster. The princess is mad that he left without her, but the boy perplexed, mentioning they just now met. Not wanting to reveal her real reason for coming here, she tries to stay unnoticed, but Minareya calls her princess, with Lily remembering she's still wearing her tiara. The two warrior fairies mistake why she came here, assuming the short sword she brought was so she could defeat the dragon, and the two of them start to compete about who's going to be the princess's guard. When they all leave, they ride on the back of Toto, with them planning to go ask the fairies in the Black Forest for help, with their kind being deemed weird in fairy society, with this being because they don't fly. When the group actually meets a dark fairy and asks him for help, the man refuses, not caring what happens to Spring, insulting the princess as well, saying she wouldn't be able to do anything. So that's where we're going to stop on today's video. As always, if you liked it, here's another one just like it, so go check it out. I'll be breaking down this anime into multiple parts, And if you happen to like the video, why not subscribe to the channel? I'll be uploading daily videos just like this one. So I'll see you next time.